Hey guys, welcome back to Fantasy Tipped. This is Julian here, and it's the Weekend 16 episode for you. It's all the players you should be adding this weekend if you want to make sure that you take home this week. Before we jump into the episode, guys, drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you haven't, why not? I've been putting out some great fantasy content all year round, and I promise to continue doing that. Let's jump right into the weekend content now, guys. And let's start with the schedule for this weekend. So on Friday, there are 4 games, so a total of 8 teams playing. On Saturday, there are 13 games, so a total of 26 teams playing. And then on Sunday, there are 5 games. So for most of you, you're probably looking for players to add for both Friday and Sunday. However, 13 games is a lot, but there's still a chance that you have room on Saturday. So if you want to stream someone for Friday or Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday, fear not, I'm going to be covering all of those different options. For those Friday and Saturday games, guys, if you want someone who plays both Friday and Saturday, you need to stream someone from Dallas, New York, or Tampa Bay. The number one guy to be streaming, if somehow he's available in your league, is Matthew Barzal, now owned in 69% of leagues. So he is still available in 30% of leagues, so those very shallow leagues. But in those shallow leagues, Barzal is a great streamer and honestly a great keeper. Horvat is the next best at 63%, Nelson 51%, Anders Lee 54% rostered. Anthony Cirelli is the next guy I would go for, also 54% rostered, playing on the second line in Tampa. Jamie Benn has kind of gone cold, was super hot. Still someone that I don't mind, gives you a bit of a floor, and definitely always has the opportunity to put up points. And then Darren Radish of the Tampa Bay Lightning is kind of going off right now. We're joking with my friends right now that he's literally Bobby Orr right now with the amount of points that this guy is scoring. But yeah, he's been great, and as long as he's hot and is on the top power play in Tampa Bay, why not stream this guy? Kyle Palmieri of the New York Islanders is also playing in the top 6 over there, and has been decent this year. Nothing incredible, but is not a terrible ad if you're in a pinch. Evgeny Dadonov is playing on the top line with Jason Robertson, and he's actually been pretty decent as of late, only 4% rostered, so he's available in 96% of leagues. Nick Paul is actually super hot right now, even though he's only on the second line and no top power play time in Tampa Bay. He's still doing really, really well for himself. Then you have Brian Pullock and Alexander Romanov of the New York Islanders. Both are good guys for peripherals. Blocks, some hits, a bit of shots. And just recently, Dobson got injured. So depending who ends up getting the top power play time, Pullock potentially can gain more value. I do think it'll be Dennis Cholowski getting that top power play time, though. So he's also someone you can consider, but I don't have a whole lot of hope that Cholowski's going to put up a lot of points. Logan Stankoven is playing on the third line in Dallas, and with the injuries over there, the third line really isn't that great, but still someone who could put up some points. Anthony Duclair is playing on that second line with Brock Nelson and Kyle Palmieri, which is a good line. He hasn't been particularly amazing, but it's good deployment, and he's also second power play. And finally, Maverick Bourque, who's actually seeing second line time right now, and he's available in 99% of leagues if you do need a deep league option. If you want a player that plays Friday and Sunday, Chicago, Utah, Vegas, and Winnipeg are the teams that you want to be streaming players from. Number one guy, in my opinion, Ivan Barbashev, has been giving you a very safe floor all year, plays on the top line with very good players, is just a fantastic streamer. Gabe Vilardi, 69% rostered now in Winnipeg, plays on the top line and top power play. Even though he's gone cold the last few games, he's always someone who could put up a whole boatload of points. Thomas Hertl is playing on the second line right now with Olofsson, as well as Dorofeev. It's a pretty good deployment. Dorofeev, I have on this list 2 spots lower. He's someone that shoots quite a bit and is also getting top power play time right now. Logan Cooley of the Utah Hockey Club is someone that has been really, really, really good this year, and he has not been given enough credit for how good he's been. Add him now, not just as a streamer for Friday and Sunday, but as someone you're going to be holding on to your team. He's been that good. Tyler Bertuzzi of the Chicago Blackhawks playing top line with Bedard, top power play, and lately has been scoring goals. Yes, he'll go off a couple of games, score lots of goals, and then he'll go a couple of games and just like do nothing. But try to hold on to him through that because he's someone who can rebound and score plenty of points with the deployment that he's given. Nino Niederreiter is at third liner in Winnipeg, and he's doing pretty decently this year. Nothing too incredible, but the floor is decent, and he's putting up points. Teuvo Teravainen, second line, top power play right now in Chicago, when he's actually kind of going off as of late. So someone who's pretty safe as an ad. Victor Olofsson, 10% rostered, playing on that line with Hurdle and Dorofeev, not on the top power play anymore, which kind of hurts his value a little bit, but still definitely can put up points. Adam Lowry of the Winnipeg Jets, playing on that third line with Nino Niederreiter, has given a pretty safe floor every single night so far this year and definitely can put up some points. Jack McBain is actually playing on the second line right now, if you want to call it that, with Lawson Krause, and he's doing pretty good. Like, he's not going to score you a lot of points, but his floor is actually really, really great. He's been hitting a whole lot. He's, I think, top 10 in the league in hits, if I'm not mistaken. And he's also putting up some shots and even more blocks than you would expect from a forward. So the floor is super safe, but his ceiling isn't really that high because he's not going to score points all that often. Now, Nick Schmaltz is the opposite. His floor is awful, but his ceiling is much, much better. He plays top line and top power play with Clayton Keller. William Karlsson is playing on the third line right now in Vegas, which is not great deployment for him. However, definitely someone who can put up points because he has the talent to do so. Ryan Donato currently is on the fourth line, if you want to call it that. In Chicago, he's playing with Kurashev and Taylor Hall. That's not really a fourth line in my opinion, and Donato's been really good all year, so definitely someone I don't mind streaming if you're in a deep, deep league. Brett Howden is someone who's playing right now on that third line with William Karlsson, so he did lose a little bit of value being demoted to that line. However, he's been pretty good this year, and his floor has been pretty solid. Michael Kesselring. If Mikhail Sergachev remains out this weekend, Michael Kesselring actually is pretty valuable considering that he's manning the top power play in Utah right now. If Sergachev comes back, Kesselring is still about this high on the list because he still has a decent floor. Cole Perfetti of the Winnipeg Jets has been decent this year, but he's been super, super inconsistent. Like, he'll go and score 2 goals in a game, and then he'll go cold for like 5 games in a row. He's not someone that I'm going to be grabbing if I just need a safe floor. He's someone that I'm grabbing if I need a big boom for a specific night. Braden McNabb, there for the safe floor, blocks and hits. Ian Cole, safe floor, really just the blocks. Josh Doan is playing on the second line, if you want to call that one the second line. I don't know which one you want to call the second line. Either way, he's playing on the first power play, so it's always opportunity for him to score points. And Frank Nazar playing on the top line with Bedard and Bertuzzi, which is good deployment. If you're in a deep league, you can take a shot at him. You need players that play Saturday and Sunday. Calgary, Colorado, Florida, Minnesota, and Ottawa are the teams that you want to be streaming from. Valeri Nichushkin, in my opinion, is the best player to be streaming, assuming he comes back from injury. He's someone who's got like the ceiling of like in the clouds. You know, he's that talented. Matt Zuccarello, top line, top power play, and if Kaprizov comes back, he's even more valuable. Josh Norris, second line, top power play. He's been great all year. Marco Rossi, top line and top power play as well. Although if Kaprizov comes back, he could lose that top power play. Nazem Kadri, top line in Calgary, been decent this year. Nothing too crazy, but floor's been decent for him. Sam Bennett, he's had a great floor with the hits, but lately the points have kind of dried up. Either way, still good deployment and definitely could still put up points. Jonathan Drouin is playing in the top 6 in Colorado and top power play, and he could put up plenty of points for you playing with McKinnon. Anton Lundell is the third line center in Florida, but as of late has been putting up points. Jake Middleton, someone who I love for the safe floor that he provides with his peripherals, and lately even scored a goal and an assist. Not bad. Arturi Lehkonen, someone who plays in the top 6 in Colorado, but if Nichushkin comes back, could lose his top power play spot, which is why I have him down at number 10. Jonathan Huberdeau has been pretty cold as of late, but he's been overall pretty decent this year, so definitely could put up some points if you're in need. Blake Coleman's a little bit safer of a floor, also puts up points. Matthew Coronado really just there for the floor this year. And finally, Jesper Boquist playing on that third line with Anton Lundell, and as of late has been scoring some goals and some points. Jumping into the categories league section of this video now, guys, and if you need shots on goal, Pavel Dorofeyev is the guy that you want to be streaming if he is available. He shoots 2.9 times per game. Bo Horvat also 2.9 times. Bennett 2.8. Stankoven 2.8. Michael Backlund 2.7. Matthew Barzal 2.6. Donato 2.5. Hartman 2.3. And Victor Olofsson 2.3 as well. If you need blocks, Ian Cole is your man. 2.9 blocks per game, so you stream him for the 2 games he plays. Should get you 5 to 6 blocks. Middleton 2.5, Martinez 2.4, Pullock 2.2, McNabb 2.2, and Romanov 2.2. For hits, Marcus Foligno and Jack McBain are your guys. 3.4 hits per game. Pospisil 3.3, Keegan Kolesar 3.1, although he's been a little cold as of late. Colton Dach 3.0, and Yakov Trenin 3.0. For faceoff wins, Mikael Backlund is your guy, 9.5 faceoff wins per game. Horvat 8.8, Lowry 8.6, Cirelli 8.5, Brock Nelson 8.1, Dickinson 7.7, Shane Pinto 7.4, and Kevin Stenlund 7.1. And that's it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Fantasy Tipped.